Hello, I am with Jessica Angelskhan from Life of Pi, who will be at Wharton Center March 11th through the 16th. And she's going to chat with Greater Lakes Area Moms today. And welcome, Jessica,
Hello, thanks for having me.
for sure. And where are you calling us from today?
I'm from a hotel in Des Moines, Iowa. We are at the Des Moines Civic Center this week.
Oh, very cool. So, for those who may not be familiar with Life of Pi, what can audiences expect from the production at Wharton Center?
Sure. So Life of Pi, the play, is based on Life of Pi, the book by Jan Martel. It's also been adapted into a movie, which a lot of people are familiar with. It was a beautiful film. The play version, the play adaptation, implements humans and large puppetry to tell the story of Pi and the animals. Some people assume that it's a musical because it's like a big Broadway show. So I just want to dispel that. It's not a musical. It is a play with large puppetry and incredible music and sound elements, but no one is singing on the stage.
So that leads me to a question I was going to ask later, but a lot of families in the Greater Lansing area love to take children to the theater, and Wharton is it's so accessible to us. Do you think Life of Pi is a good show for families?
I'm glad you asked that question. Everyone, of course, you know your own kids best, but the show is generally not recommended for kids under the age of 10 because there are a lot of depictions of violence and death, both human and animal, on stage. There's also a lot of lighting and sound effects. It can be loud, so people with sensory issues, just be aware and take note. I want to make sure that people come informed.
Perfect. I'm glad we asked that. Many families, including moms in our community, are drawn to stories of hope and determination. What do you hope resonates most with the audience through your performance?
Oh, wow. So the story of Pi, I think, is a story of survival through hope and through the stories that we tell each other and ourselves to get through. I think what's very beautiful and inspiring about Life of Pi is the way in which Pi invokes the love of his various family members and people in his life who are close to him to help get him through this incredibly arduous and dramatic situation that he's found himself in.
Perfect. In portraying a role and in portraying this role, were there moments that reminded you of everyday challenges and triumphs that families experience?
Completely. I am a mom. I have a teenage son. So even the moments of the play that are light and comical, where there's levity, I feel very much connected to that sort of endless anxiety and worry that a mother has that her child is going to get themselves into trouble. Um, and also the strength of family and the strength of conviction that keeps us all close together. I can't overstate how universal this story is in terms of like everyone having. I'm getting lost in my own words right now, but it's but it's an incredible depiction of family love that I think is universal and aspirational for everyone.
So it sounds like it might also inspire families to find balance between their creative passions and family life, right?
Yeah,
Maybe?
I think so. I think the play Pie's character is struggling or grappling with questions of spirituality. So if you're not familiar with the book, with the story, Pie is a unique young man in the sense that he gets himself involved in church, in mosque, and in a Hindu temple. And he is sort of spiritually promiscuous in a way where he is experimenting and figuring out which stories from these religions move him the most, teach him the most. And he's kind of spiritually open, if you will. And and the different, I mean, his family members all kind of have a different response to this. My character, I play Pai's mother, by the way. I play Amma, Pai's mother. She's a devout Hindu. And so the idea that you could also be a Muslim and a Christian is unheard of, you know? And so with love, all of his family around him are have their different ways of trying to like pull him in the direction that they think is right. Um, so I think we can all relate.
Sure. I apologize. I didn't ask you what your role was. I
No,
know
that's okay. I
playing his
totally
mom.
forgot to mention it.
So, how do you think being a mom of a teenager or a mom helped you in preparing for your performance or your role in Life of Pi?
I think, and if you're a mother too, I presume, yes. So I think something we can probably all agree on is becoming a parent sort of grounds you in a way. Like it didn't necessarily make me a more patient person or all of the tropes that everyone talks about, but it definitely brought me to earth. And so I think I feel like I can really relate to the idea that Emma is a character who is the kind of rock of the family. You know, like she's the inner core, she's the heart, and she sort of brings everyone, she sort of grounds everyone in that love.
That's what moms do, right? We're
That's what we
together,
do.
keep it all together.
Yeah.
Um, what is that being the mom and being a mom? Is that what drew you to this role in this
Um,
production?
that definitely was one aspect, being a mom for sure. I play another character in the show as well. I play the nurse who the play basically is premised on Pi has survived this ordeal in a boat with a tiger, and he is washed up on the shores of Mexico. And he is nursed back to health by a nurse in a hospital. And a representative from Japan comes to interview him to try and figure out what happened, to try and figure out the details of the shipwreck. So that's the show opens in the hospital, and much of the storytelling is flashbacks.
Oh, that's
Um, so the nurse is a Mexican nurse, and I'm half Bangladeshi. My father's from Bangladesh, and my mother's from Cuba. And so in a way, I get to represent both diasporas that are part of my identity. And I never get to do that. I never get to represent one, hardly ever, in a story, let alone both in the same play. So that was a super cool opportunity. And I also then felt really great about like, I felt like, well, I'm perfect for this role. Like no one else can play this. There aren't that many Indo-Latinos
right.
in the
It was,
world, you know?
it was made for you.
Yeah, totally.
Now, if you could describe Life of Pi in 3 words, what words would you use?
Curious, dark. I have like 85 words for the last one, so I have to choose one.
Well, you could pick more than one. I
Yeah.
had 3 down, but
Yes, I would say curious, dark, although I don't want to scare anybody, but there is some darkness. Intense and inspiring. I'll leave it on a positive note.
perfect. Well, I appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And Life of Pi will be at Wharton Center again from the 11th to the 16th, and tickets are still available. So have a
Come
great
see
time
it.
and safe travels to Michigan. And
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me. Thank you for your time.
for sure. Thank you.
Have a good one.